Good morning. Happy Tuesday. People have been asking me about the Eric Brandt sentencing, and I'll give it to you in what is hopefully going to be a very quick nutshell. Eric Brandt probably committed retaliation against the judge. I discussed all of it, the whole couching it in hopes and prayers, and how that doesn't work, how that doesn't save him, in a video I did back in January, I think, of 2020. But that is irrelevant for those of you who still are upset that it's just words and blah, blah, blah. Eric pled guilty. Eric pled guilty. He pled guilty. As far as the law is concerned, everything's done, everything's proven. So it is a credible threat as far as the law was concerned because Eric pled guilty. So let it go. Be like, what is it, Ariel or Annabelle or whoever the hell that princess is. I should be more up to date with my pop culture. Anyway, so now that we've established that, and but it's just words, man, argument is dumb. Now that we've established that, what about the plea deal? Let's talk about the plea deal for a second. Normally, you accept a plea deal when you've been offered a deal. Normally, you don't plead guilty just to plead guilty. Normally, you plead guilty because you're going to get something for it. Like, hey, I have these 3 charges of retaliation against the judge. Prosecution says, you know what? We'll dismiss 2 of the charges if you plead guilty to the 3rd. That's a deal. You take that. If you're in Eric's position, you should take that because he had good shot at being convicted on him. But you don't, in my humble opinion, you don't just plead guilty, because your odds of being found not guilty are never 0. And unless you plead guilty, I should say, if you plead guilty, your odds of being found not guilty do drop to 0. Trial, you have some number greater than 0. Pleading guilty, you have 0. So it is never a good idea to plead guilty unless you get something in exchange for it. My opinion, talk to your attorney. The sentencing, I had expected a plea deal. I thought the reason why he pled was because he had received a deal. Apparently he did not. The minimum that he could have received would have been 2 years of time served. The way it works is that each Class 4 felony, retaliation against a judge is Class 4 felony, is 2 to 6 years. That's the sentencing guideline. Somewhere between 2 years and 6 years is what the judge can give. And for each one, the judge can either have them served consecutively or concurrently. Consecutive means once he finishes the first sentence, he goes to the second. Once he finishes the second sentence, he goes to the third. Whereas if it's concurrently, he serves all 3 at the same time. So if he had received 3 2-year sentences that were to be served concurrently, I'm getting lost, then he would have been done with all 3 of them in 2 years. If he had received 3 6-year sentences to be served consecutively, then he would have been done in 18 years. So he got 3 4-year consecutive sentences. So he's 12 years plus, I believe, 2 years of probation, which is more than I expected. I expected a plea deal. I expected him to get somewhere between 2 and 6 years. But he is a genius, and he managed to get himself a 12-year sentence plus 2 years of probation. Good job. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.